Hey, Rebels. So, we are at part three, two of part three, part 3A. No, part 3B, right? We're just going to pull some cards, a lot of cards, and have a look at roles. Um, Going forward, what's going on now, maybe some insight, some different perspective. Um, I don't know if you went to go watch part one, two, or even Jack's part three, but even if you didn't, maybe something in this will resonate with you and be insightful and, you know, educational, or just give you an outlook differently or confirmation. Let's get into this. So, we still have the Thunderbolt and aloneness. There's a tower. To me, it's a good tower, but at the same time, even good towers can be gruesome. Um, I'm just now realizing that there are certain things on fire in this image. Let me bring it closer. Can I get it, please? The stubbornness and all this. Okay, take a good look at that. There are chakras aflame. I'm seeing inflammation, if you may, you know. So the song, I didn't tell Jack's pal 3 for Jack, about the song for part 3. And the song for part 3, what a classic. Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. And what I heard was, love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime. Keep that in mind as we go forward. So, we have clarifying cards of gaining overview, detached observation. Sorry for saying sorry, not sorry, sorry. Anyway, um, increased understanding, solitude. Yeah, those were the ones that stood out for me. And of course, the word reflection and integration through reflection, of course. It's How else do you have? I mean, you can't reflect without integration. How is that working out for you? Anyway, in projection, it is so important, Rose, or that Rose, the situation, the people, the feeling of you against the world in the most, I'm trying to be careful with you, lustful, formal ways within your internal self being fragmented. I don't even know if that made any sense. But if it made any sense for anybody, by all means, go with it. So I really just want to jump straight into all this. So I pulled out, I felt like we was going to need a prayer. Because even if we go backwards, we're halfway there, okay? Just got to turn around. So here's the photo. Here's the picture. Maybe you get something from that. So it says, take your time making this decision. Archangel Michael, please help me stay strong and relax as I approach this situation. Remind me to detach and step back, allowing the situation to naturally unfold. Thank you for protecting me. And as someone who has backstepped, instead of continuing forward, feeling that their was something that I was missing from the lifestyle that I used to live. Honey, it is a lesson. It is oh my goodness. The things that you are about to learn about yourself. And no one's saying that you're wrong. I'm sorry, I take that back. There are going to be people who are going to say that you're wrong and that you're making an unwise decision. Going back to see if there's anything left to collect before you proceed forward. Now, warning. It's going to take some time because what you think that you're going back for is not going to be what it is that you are going to find. And the same situation, I would suggest that you go back and look at 3 and 2 and even 1. And look at Jack. Look from Jack's perspective and Jack's experience. Because just a brief overview of what happened. Jack, impoverished, male, female, masculine, feminine, amongst several others, freezing in the water and dying, holding on to Rose, you were the last. You were the first. You were the only, and I know I did that out of order, but still, for Jack. So Jack thought. Things played out differently. The tables, that life craft has reversed. The life craft that you, Rose, were on. Yes, Jack sacrificed himself in his progress for you, though you had so much to begin with. And now here we are 3 parts later to find out in part 2 of your conflicts with yourself. Teeth just started shattering. It is cold. Things are not going to pan out. Keep in mind, things are not going to pan out the way that you are envisioning them to pan out. Things are not going to even pan out to... See, I'm being told not to tell. There is so much that you're going to learn about yourself, but let's see what it is that we are allowed to tell. Let's start with, what is it? Here we go. What is it that you really need to pay attention to in regards to yourself within this message? Challenges. Challenge. Stand up for your rights. We like to make a mess. I feel it already. Then we have time. We have miracles. Making a difference. And at the bottom, we have wisdom. It says asking questions. Yeah, and with those questions, a lot of answers are going to come. We're going to put those questions right there on top of the prayer because gonna need that. Gonna need that. All right. Time. As I said before, the time that you feel that it's going to take for you to go back and rekindle a bit, if you may, whatever it is that you think is the energy that you think that you're missing, that misses you, that you belong to. Oh, this is a lot. Okay, the challenges. The challenges are going to be the miracle. Please do keep that in mind. And yes, I am feeling a bit cowardly in this moment. Like, what was his name? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Right? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Nobody ever believed him. Nobody ever believed him about the dark stuff that he saw. And he continued to keep those, his senior citizens safe. It's about to be a lot of stuff that you're going to go through that's going to be so unbelievable to not just others, but to yourself. Because though you live with yourself all your life, you're about to see a side of yourself via the stories that you told of yourself, the stories that you believed of yourself, and who you are versus what you're willing to do to become. It's, oh wow, I didn't even look at it. Breakthrough. Oh yeah. Would anybody like to read that for the class? Right. And then look at the imagery, right? 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 Just look at the imagery. You see a photo here. And it's kind of like, I don't know, a bit abstract, a bit. But then right here you see a silhouette. And I'm believing that it's of this photo. The lady in this photo, walking through the tunnel. Same thing right here. I said, I think it was in part 2 or Jack's part 3. The eye. This to me in loneliness. I'm sorry, aloneness. Get me. Okay. Whatever. Get back over there. Bone shattering. Anyway. Right here. If you look, usually an eye that's not contacts. You have the black part right here. You have the color. And then you have white. This is that tunnel. This is that light. This is that light at the end of the tunnel. But once again, it's right here with challenges. In order to get through, you got to go through. Ooh. The chosen one, fast tracked. This is definitely reminding me of the Matrix, right? Correct. Matrix hieroglyphics. So there's going to be secrets. There's going to be, and I'm just realizing in these pods, there are people in there. You can see in another one that's away from my thumb. But yeah, there are people in there. Time is time. You have been chosen. You have been selected. You have accepted due to your choices and your decisions and what it was that you were not getting from your previous situationship, relationship, friendship, anything ship. You are now being activated. So eyes wide open, because eyes wide open, eyes wide shut. Once you see, you cannot unsee. Get the front door up. Reprogram your soul. Release, rise, reclaim. Right here with miracles. I just heard Whitney Houston hit that note. She believes in miracles. Oh, cocaine is a hell of a drug. Cocaine, Garagio, hell of a drugs. What? Personal freedom unleashed. Rebirth. What we have here is someone who is going to need. Rose is, it's giving me Beauty and the Beast. That rose that was in that glass, whatever the heck it was. This is going to be one of the most memorable times of your life. And right now, you need so much support of knowing and hearing from those who have went through it. So be very discerning of your lessons as you move along down this chosen path of knowing who's being real and who's not, and who indeed may come off as fake actually being really themselves in this time and the moment that you experience yourself coexisting in their space, a shared space at that with them. Coexistence is one of the biggest lessons that you are about to face. But before you go through that, I pulled out the what's it called? So since you no longer have Jack, and due to the Celine Dion song, it did say love can touch just one time and last for a lifetime. What we get from that is that everything that you're about to go through, there's going to be times of reflection that you're going to ask yourself, why did I leave that situation? Why did I leave that person? Why did I not see what I had when it was right there, when I had it? Like they say, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And behind and in front of and in between it and surrounding every you don't know what you have until it's gone situation is a whole bunch of waiting to exhale. Think about that for a moment. Surrounding every single situation of you don't know what you have until it's gone. It's a whole bunch of moments of waiting to exhale because you are tapping into the part of you that hurt you. There's nobody else to blame. And then at that, you can't even blame yourself because you knew not what you did. And if you did know what you did you know the consequences? Because also surrounding every situation of you don't know what you have until it's gone is that moment of who are you? What have you been? What have you done? Grief, mourning, acceptance, making choices, making decisions. Who are you? Creating yourself, being yourself. Can you respect others to do no harm unto them? Loving thy neighbor as you love yourself. And yes, that's what you've been doing. You've been loving your neighbors the way you've been loving yourself. And thus far, it hasn't been so good. Because now you're going down this road on some Wizard of Oz stuff. Yeah, a lot of fictional characters. You're going down this road on some Wizard of Oz stuff, and it's not going to be too easy. There's going to be storms on top of storms on top of a lot of waiting to exhale. Is there enough air supply in the room? Because when you see that most of the things that happened to you weren't necessarily because of other people, but because of your choice and other people's participation. And even going back and hearing what other people have said to you that you didn't listen to, that you wasn't ready to hear. Literally, you wasn't ready to hear, because if you were ready to hear it, you would have heard it, and you didn't. This is gonna be a lot. You're gonna go back and you're gonna realize that Come on, give that back to me because it comes in and it goes out. And that's the thing about it. It's gonna be a whole bunch of, I don't know if you ever played Chinese jump rope. You know that thing, that game where, you have one person standing over here and another person standing over here. And then there's like this one piece rope that they have around that ankle. And people jump in, jump out, jump side to side, jump on, jump in, jump out. Clap in, clap out. Clap side to side, clap on, clap in, clap out. And you do snap and you do just several, right? It's going to be a lot of that. A lot of that. You are about to argue with yourself while thinking at the same time the world is against you. And depending on what it is that you're going back seeking, as well as what it is that you need to go back and find that you are unaware of, it's going to be a lot of in and outs and arguing with yourself, debating, holding yourself down, holding yourself up. That is about to happen. There are so many rules to this, and I don't know if you need to hear this or you need to hear this for the support of somebody else. Hold strong. When they say it get greater later, it definitely does. So I pulled out Nightmare Before Christmas because, since, Jack is frozen and sunk to wherever his unknown place is, those assets are frozen. That's what I heard. Those assets to Jack are frozen. Because I heard soon, what is that? Oh my goodness, Jay-Z, soon you'll understand. Is it? I can't see, you can't see it coming down my eyes, but I gotta make the song cry. Good dude, I know you love me like cook food, even though it moved like a crook move. Yeah. And in that song, yeah. We're not gonna get too deep into that song because all this trial stuff going on because of celebrity errors. That's enough. Take that token. So Nightmare Before Christmas. Took it out the box and we got the Hermit. This Hermit, I must say, right? Because usually you see the Hermit, in contemplation, calm, ease, intentionally thinking, pensive. This Hermit looks like it's scheming. So for many reasons, looking at this, and you know what, we want to keep this. We're going to match that with the bottom energy. Let's see what comes out at the bottom with it. With that, I feel like there is some very lustful things that you are about to face about yourself, codependency that you are about to realize about yourself or whoever it is that you're about to support. Okay? So we had codependency, lust, jealousy, envy, dismay. Ooh, that one hurt me. There is a lot that is about to be 23 minutes. Look, there is a lot that is about to be exposed. We have the Two of Needles. Come over. We got the Two of Needles. Now look at Sally. Sally putting in that work. Getting ready. Not even for herself. And she doesn't look too happy about it. Looks kind of content, but not too happy about it. She's gonna have to sew yourself back together, hon. at the bottom. I'm sorry. Let's pull this up so you all can see. Moment of silence throughout. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough ride. So we have the Queen of Poisons and the Hermit. This gives me the energy of balancing out your feminine and your masculine, but first having to have to you revealed the toxic traits, or as some would say, narcissistic tendencies that you have been conditioned. And look at how he hiding up in the shadows, right? That you have been conditioned to believe in, to be law, that you have been scheming in ways, and I say that exactly how I said it, scheming in ways to perform in reactive abuse, not just towards others, but to yourself. I'm trying to sit with that for a second. Reactive abuse, not just towards others, but towards yourself. Now, for those, or if you do not know what reactive abuse is, I mean, for example, let's say that, I think I can give a few examples. Let's say, for instance, you really wanted to get some type of coping something. That could be a substance, that could be attention, that could be anything. So in order to get this from others or from a certain person, you think about what would trigger them to help you and assist you. And most oftentimes when that happens, you want their sympathy, you want them to get upset, you want them to be sad, even if it's something that caters to your ego, maybe, or your pride. You want them to feel less than, you want them to depend on you. You want them to be so disturbed and so concerned and so centered with you that it causes a reaction from them. It's not an honest reaction because you did not approach the situation honestly outside of your desperation to get your way. Reactive abuse. That's the best that I got right now. Explanation. So let's see. Let's see. What is this? What is this? What is this? Take the leap. Take the leap. That's why I ain't really seen really bad cards other than, but we gonna call this awareness. We gonna call this awareness, okay? I ain't really seen bad cards out here, but I feel like the conversation that we just had, yeah, a lot of gems in there. I felt them. So take a leap, courage, have courage to take this leap. Just because, look, so I'm here discussing this with you, and turns out it feels like, once again, your comfortability is an issue. Your comfort zone will red rum you every time. Every time. Unless you're a person who really wants to be so content in life that every day is Groundhog's Day, like the movie. Okay? Or like the holiday, because this is like the whole thing around Groundhog's Day and the groundhog and the expectation of the groundhog actually factual. How many more days? How many more days of winter or weeks of winter? It's crazy. I don't know. Gonna have to look into that. Okay. And then we have nature therapy, grounded. So get out in nature and not go party, but take a walk by yourself. Enjoy the scenery. Appreciate what it is here on earth that many people don't realize is a privilege. The plants, the trees, the animals. Taking things slow. And I would even say, when you are in your most conflicted times, do communicate. This is a suggestion. Do communicate with others that if you are feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, say to them, I understand this conversation is important, but so that I am able to have this conversation with you, listen and participate, and consider where it is that you're coming from, as well as see myself. I need to separate myself to decompress just for a bit, but I will be back shortly. And the more you do that, and forget about the guilt that others are going to feel about you needing to walk away. But do come back to the conversation. Do come back to the situation. Because if you don't, it's just going to grow. Just a lot like, all the fire that's happening in that tower and all those areas. And this is healthy. And that's another thing about reactive abuse, right? We tend to feel like, for instance, a child of mine's, and I have many children, a child of mine's, several children of mine's, used to do this thing with me where if they wanted to call me, they would pretty much blow up my phone until they got an answer. Or they would call at, every 15 minutes or every hour. Every hour was a good one, right? Every hour, on an hour, on an hour. And I'm not going to tell no stories. When I was back when I was who I was and who I'm not today, okay, in this moment, I used to do the same thing because I came from a family and I came from an environment and I came from a cultural expectation within this framework where it was, when I'm talking to you, you answer me. Stay in a child's place. You see me calling, why you ain't answering the phone? What you doing? Just people clocking everything. They want to know every detail. They want to know every single thing that I was doing. And when I was like that towards them, I wanted to know because I had that anxiety in me. Oh my goodness, are they cheating? Oh my goodness, did they go someplace without me? Oh my goodness, are they talking about me? Oh my goodness, are they ignoring me? Oh my goodness, the thought of someone ignoring you when you're feeling that way, it's my curiosity and I want to know now. Yeah. That's not good. I wanted to call it so many different things. We're just going to say that it's not good. Nor is it owed to you. Nor do you owe that to anyone outside of your responsibilities and your obligations. Your children and your immediate, those who genuinely have reason to have concern, not just because they're titled as your man or because they're titled as your woman. Those who genuinely care about you, but that's what you're about to learn. You're about to learn what genuine care is like. Not desperation, not instant gratification, not validation, not cosign, not approval, not clock that T, not none of that. Now, I'm going to also say this. You go back to that behavior that you are aware of within yourself, of yourself, that you notice that others aren't aware of you, but you know, and you continue that on. Yeah, there's this thing that on the other side of all this, what they call it, love and light, dark empath. Oh, so much fun. Stuff that if you are aware of yourself, and there are things that you know and realize, even if you don't say them out loud, the punishment, the 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 return of karma, of favors, favor for favor, eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. Okay, all that stuff is so much more defined in the fine print that you can read it from far off distance and it's tiny as hell. Because you feel it coming. You feel it coming. Talk about the eye of the storm. And you know exactly what that eye look like. You could pick it out of a crowd. You see it looking at you in the crowded streets of New York. Like, for instance, one time, there was this woman. Okay, me and him was walking downtown, and off at a distance, I felt this energy just staring at me, just all on me. And I look through the crowd, and I see this woman staring past everybody's head, seemed to be looking directly at me. And she was a good city block and a half away. It was like something out of a movie. And yes, it was a movie. It was the movie of my life, right? It happened. And I'm looking every which way. And the closer this woman got, my friend started, he was like, man, something don't feel right. And before I even knew it, the lady was right here up in my face. And she stopped. And she stared. And she said nothing. And it was a strong 5 seconds before my friend grabbed my hand and I stepped to the side. Now, you're not always going to have a friend that's going to be there to grab your hand and you step yourself to the side, because that's the most somebody can do, is reach out their hand to help. Because that was a homeless lady, for one. For two, she was way bigger than me. 3, the look she was giving me, I don't know if there was drugs, if there was mental issues, if there was anything. I don't even want to try to title it as anything, because the lady energy was so strong. Look, I know I'm protected and I'm covered and I'm highly favored. But you need to know your enemies. And part of knowing your enemy is realizing how much of you have been your own enemy. Your enemy has been yourself, as most of us, right? Even on the other side of here, we know that we've been our own enemy. We are our own worst enemy. Who knows us better than us, even in silence, even when other people have no freaking blues clues? Let's continue on. Oh, Jack got the same one. Distorted view and perspective. Once again, the tunnel. So you too were down there with Pennywise. And this is your way out. But I feel like you're sitting there and you're just waiting. See, first thing, that the root core of pain. Wonder what this will look like upside down. It's the same picture. Huh. So this is definitely a distorted view. You don't see yourself yet. You don't know. You think you know, but you don't know. It's not funny. And at the bottom, you have discovery. It's about your inner child. It's about the things that you hid away, the things that you did forget about yourself, who you are, who you on a path of becoming, before you found yourself fending for yourself in survival feeling that you had to be in survival mode with everybody. You about to learn today and every day after. And every day after. Hey, so let's pull. Let's do a lightning round. Just pull out some stuff and see what happens. Change. I just closed mouths can't get fed. That's all I heard is closed mouths can't get fed. Justice. You need to work on using your logic. Set aside your emotions and use your logic. Your shadow work. And prosperity lies ahead. You need to, now, the reason why I say you need to work on your logic and set your emotions to the side is because emotions is one of the easiest part of reactive abuse. Your logic is what pulls you out of the situation to be able to look at not just your perspective, your POV, but theirs, give understanding. Grace is silent because you can't tell everybody that you, like they say, love is an action word. Speak less, move more, and you will see how others move around you when they're not getting what they want from you, when they can't get you to do what they want you to do, when you're no longer doing what y'all used to do together. That's a big one. Because if you look at smokers, a lot of smokers, if they weren't smoking with each other, what the heck would they still hang out with each other? And I'm not talking about a co-worker of yours who's smoking with you after the job. No, because y'all have the job in common. But then, even then, would y'all be as nice to each other? Especially if one of y'all got it and the other one don't. Especially if one of y'all always have it and the other one usually don't. Yeah, take that in. Take that in. You know what? For you, I really want to pull one of these. Let's see. We're going to do this. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Card fell on the floor. It is so crazy because liberation. Liberation. Reconciliation. Let's move this over. Alchemy and transformation. Now, also at the bottom, okay, so got alchemy and transformation. But down here at the bottom of my stomach is going. It says dangerous writings. Be careful about your words. Matter of fact, start being so cautious with your words that you break down the supporting words within what you're saying. And so you can see what it is that you're actually being heard said. And also look at the words that you use to express yourself and the many definitions that that word can have, not just interpretations. Because I can say it's cold, but if I leave it at just that, I can be talking about it's cold in this room, or something's cold. elaborate a little bit. Even if you need to elaborate first with yourself. I'm gonna do this like this. Even if you need to elaborate first with yourself, which you should do, because think first. Think first. And if you're not ready to have certain conversations with people, don't go around them until you're ready to have the conversation. Even if they're not ready to in that moment, do not bring your presence around until you have the willingness to meet even the most difficult parts of your connections. Now, you must live. You must continue to live life. And trust me, once you get the hang of all this stuff is going to be so much fun. Because every time something challenging comes along, you are going to be so ecstatic. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, something challenging is happening. That means something good is around the corner. That means I'm about to learn something about myself. That means I'm about to love myself so much more. That means I'm about to understand myself. That means I'm about to have less of this drama that's connected to me not knowing what it is that I learned that I know or will know from the unknown that I am about to be put in, that I am in, that I am being. Heck, you might even seek it out. But be careful with that seeking it out stuff, because you don't want to become arrogant. Don't seek it out. The only way you should be seeking it out is within your wisdom, by asking questions to yourself. Asking questions of others who are disconnected and detached. Disconnected meaning detached from the actual situation. And maybe sometimes those who are a part of the situation, but not such a part of the core of it. Because at the bottom right here, we have ritual and ceremony. We're going to make a mess. And it's going to be a fun mess. It's going to be a cute mess. Oh, let's go. Where did he go, George? Where did he go? Right over here. No, not yet. Okay. There. Let's see. Now, same thing that I've said before. Crying can be healing. Crying does not make you no sucker. Does not make you no punk. And if you feel like you don't have time to cry, that means that you ain't never by yourself. I'm just saying. And if you ain't never crying while you by yourself, you are not keeping it real with yourself, honey. Temperance. Okay? Perfect balance. Harmony, tranquility, patience, alchemy, peace. See, I'm speaking what I'm being told to speak, but the cards is saying the betterment that is on the other side of everything that you hear at the side, from the sound of my voice. That seems like, who trying to do that? You better, because especially with the way that the world is changing constantly all the time, the laws change even without even giving you notice. Why do you need to give anybody notice that you're changing if the laws that are there to keep us safe makes us seek them out? So therefore, if anyone wants to get to know you, they're gonna have to seek you out. No stalking. Okay? What's the other word that I'm looking for? No solicitation. No soliciting. I'm minding my business. I would continue on with that, but we gonna mind our business. It's a lot of business here. Once again, we're not getting into the details. You know yourself. You know the situation now. If this has anything to do with someone else, and this is for you to be their support, your answer as support is all here on the table and have been said with, I'm sure you related and thought that I was talking about you. Either the past you or you like, is she talking about me? If you even had that feeling, yeah, okay. Queen of Cups. All right. Emotionally connected, being in a flow, deep feelings, empathy, love, Sometimes you are going to feel like you psychic because you have played these stories before. You have been these characters in your own story and other people's stories before. I keep on hitting that, y'all. I'm going to have to figure out this ring. Making progress, waxing moon, 1 to 2 weeks. Shifting consciousness, gaining strength, final steps, increase. Now that final steps, I put it to you like this, because once you get here and you allow this to happen and not fight it, it becomes, just like the moon cycle. It's like a rinse and repeat type of thing. Especially once you stop letting things, or start realizing things are no longer on your nerves because you regulated your nervous system and that anxiety isn't really a thing anymore, to the point that other people just feel like you're emotionless. So speaking of emotionless, back to the logic. Set your logic in front of you. Let your logic surround you. Let your logic grow. Let your logic be invested in, because you don't know everything. Put it to you like this: the easiest way to tell you and prove to you that you don't know everything is to tell you that for every belief that you have, there's someone else who disagrees or just simply doesn't choose your belief in any aspect, anything, right? And like they say, two things can be true at the same time. So in order to have a disagreement, someone has to believe in whatever it is that you feel that they're disagreeing with you about. And just as what you're saying in disagreement to them is so real for you, it is real for the other person, even if they're using it to manipulate you. So even fake people are real people. Now, what kind of people are they beyond that? Are they your people? Or are they the people that you say no to? Church finger and keep on walking. Deep as religious as you gonna even debate with them. Church finger and keep on walking. Or go sit yourself in a corner and make your own dunce hat. Give them a moment to feel like you're unknowing, and just use it as a break, a breather. And at the bottom we got the 7 of Swords. It's not what it seems. It's not as bad as it seems. Maybe I said cowardly. And there's okay, cowardly, betrayal, getting away, self-interest, lying, masking, strategic. We can even say strategy. False pretenses. You have to do this for the right reason. Because what I'm saying is yes, he looks like he's just filled with confidence. Like, yeah, I did that. But he also looks scared shitless. Scared shitless. He had what? 1, 2, 3 swords in his possession with another 4 just sitting there in the cut. What if somebody came around that corner to grab those other 4? So what this is saying is, don't take on more than what you can bear. Don't let your ego enter a room before you do. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because what all this is about is that you were so close. You were so close to being hell's angel. And I say that in the sense of you were going to be in hell crying and saying, I changed my mind. And now you finna go through a measurement of hell. The hell that you continue to accept. The hell that you continue to allow. And you finna see things differently because that previous situation, your Jack that you just came from, love can touch just one time and last for a lifetime. What that means is that your experience with whatever that Jack of the trade, that Jack of all trades, that Jack of Titanic, that Jack Nicholson, that Jack Daniels, that Jack in the box, whatever the surprise is, was, and still remains to be because you're here. That Jack showed you something. That Jack showed you something that you didn't realize that you hadn't experienced, that you didn't realize you needed or you needed to dismiss. And now, in this next part of your journey, where you are being activated, and it's going to be lessons on top of lessons on top of lessons, and soon it's going to be sandwiched with lessons on blessings on lessons on blessings on lessons on blessings. You're going to have a lot to compare it to. We listen and we don't judge. We observe and we don't judge. The only judgment that we can have is the judgment to critique ourselves and deciding what is our preference, what is our allowance, what have we been allowing to be blurred lines and thin lines between love and hate. How have you been deserting yourself in the desert? Asshole comments. How many of them have you been making? How often do you make asshole comments and see it as, oh no, I was just kidding, but really it's a projection. It's you deflecting. It's a reflex. It's a reflex. I don't know what that is. A reflex. It's a part of your survival tactics. You know, you got to be quick with it. You know, those roasting sessions kept you on your toes. Now you have to make a choice. Stuck and stagnant, depressed, crying, boo-hoo, not resolving, not thinking, not changing, allowing others to come into your life, showing you what they want you to do, and you people pleasing. That's one. You being stuck, stagnant, back then, back there, because you said no to so many opportunities to be able to pursue a better you, a new you, without having to go through all of these trials, tribulations, and testimonies. That you're gonna do your best to do your best to just disguise your regret, your remorse, as if your presence doesn't feel as if it's punishable. Or you're going to take these lessons and you're going to move through them, and you're going to be patient with yourself. I swear I just thought I saw something move on one of those cards. That is crazy. Crazily interesting, that is. Green Acres is the place to be. It's harvest season. We're still in the harvest season. We're still time before you so-called pop out and show out. And you know what? Due to how much work I'm seeing needs to be done, it's okay to indulge a little bit. Not indulge. It's okay to give enough of your time for you to be remembered. But right now, you don't seem to have the time for anybody outside of your responsibilities and your obligations for you to be linked on in the name of codependence, friendship, love, and all that other stuff. It's time for you to give to you. So no, you are not completely wrong. You may feel wrong for leaving or not doing your part as far as what you could have done to have your previous situation continue on and to still be a resident of that, or had left better, or just appreciate it better and realize that even the things that you didn't know didn't make other people wrong. This is a movement. This is your movement. This is your time to advocate for you. This is your time to learn what advocating for yourself looks like, what it resembles, what you need to let go, what you should keep. So even though in part two, we saw that, was it part two or part one? One of the two. You were moving. This is your movement. This is your movement. What you want to do about it? So we're going to proceed forward. So we're not going to act like it ain't some not act right going on. Yeah, honey, it's time for you to rest. Four of Swords. It is time for you to rest and stop flocking towards. Take a long moment. Like I said, you may not be getting out this summer. You got a lot to do. I mean, you can. It's going to be more for you to look at. But once again, your own decision. Your own choice. Okay, we got a 4 of Wands. So, like I said, it's a lot of attention and right now, trying to figure out what is it that's is part of the reason you want to go back. 4 of Wands, that more look like a, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, 3. Okay. Yeah, you like lots of attention. In King of Pentacles, you seem to always carry yourself around as if you have it all, and you don't. I'm going to tell you, you always walk around like you have it all, and you don't. Okay? Knight of Swords. A little feisty son of a gun he is. The horse mad at him. The horse tired of his ass. Your ass rose. The horse is tired. At the bottom, what do we have? See? I'll stick that right up there. 5 of Wands. Clarified with death. Death to all the fighting and the bickering. And I'm seeing this lovely lady right here being pushed out of the way. Pushed out of the way even though she got a wand. Like, you're letting her fight, but you won't let me fight. Somebody in this mess that you were, are, or once were a part of cares about you enough that he even uses his hand that he got his wand up in to move you out the way. Even though everybody finna come after everybody, but he got his eyes on them. So somebody got your back. This does feel kind of like a ears to the street type of thing. And what that resonates with me for is, like I said in one, me and my sister and my mother went to go see Titanic. The place was so crowded, my mother had to sit someplace else. Me and my sister, in the meanwhile, there was only 2 seats left, right in the front row. And this was like when literally you had probably, I don't know, you could lay a person's body across the floor just about between the front row seats and the screen, right? And I say 2 people, 2-3 people, okay? Let's not exaggerate and say 1, right? It wasn't that close, okay? Might as well be in a bubble. 2-3 people, more than likely 3. And as the ship from Titanic was going down, we felt like we were in it. That was like IMAX theater type of quality, without the glasses, without the vibrating seats, without the water effect, without the, surround sound and everything else. We literally were traumatized just a bit, just a bit. Just like, is that what it's like for to go through that? Because we were right there. We could not see anything around us. So what I'm saying is so long as you are in this situation, until you get out, you won't be able to see what's around you. You won't be able to see, you know what, that shipwreck ain't mine. That shipwreck, yeah, I guess I did put that iceberg there. Because as much as we talk about Mother Nature and Mother Earth, yes, love you, Gaia. As much as we do that, right? We are nurturing our surroundings and those around us as we nurture ourselves, even within our entitlement, even within our ego, even within our pride, even within our disobedience, our modesty, whatever, good, bad, in between. You gotta get balanced. You gotta get balanced. I keep on hitting this deck on camera, so things are definitely shaking up. I'm about to get you a couple more pulls, and then we gonna get you out of here. But before we do that, performer. Honey, where we finna put all this mess? Performer. I told you, like, Mom, I am cleaning my room. Do not look at the bottom of the deck because it's just gonna be some more stuff. Okay. Too late, I already looked at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Definitely Ace of Pentacles down at the bottom. After the pull of all these, I told you we're making a mess. So you think people are paying attention to you. You think people are watching you. You think people are forming themselves even after you. You think most people are. And more than likely, they minding their own business. They looking far past you. And I'm not saying this as no insult. I'm not saying this as if you ain't got it going on in some type of way. But what I'm saying is the attention that you feel that you have on you, as far as you being able to have the privacy, the space to be able to attend to your healing, people not really paying that much attention to you like that, if at all, because they're so caught up in where you just came from. All these distractions, blowing smoke up your own ass and others. They're still doing that. They're still deep in that. And you're going to realize how deep other people are still in that based upon how much they say, you acting different. What's wrong with you? Oh, you think you too good now, huh? Oh, no, come here. Them performing reactive abuse on you. All in the emotions. This is about to be. So once again, back to the logic. Develop your logic, develop your discernment, develop the understanding of others being able to have the right to their own point of view. And I hope that my fingers are scaring you every time it does this after it's out of frame for so long. Because it's going to be a whole bunch of curveballs being thrown. You're going to feel like you just got done with something and something else is going to come. And then you're going to feel like you can finally breathe from something. And then all of a sudden a thought is going to linger, or a feeling, an emotion. And anger is an emotion. Anger is being in your feelings. Snapping off on somebody and telling them off and calling them everything that you want to say over there and call them because you get very artsy and colorful with your words is an emotion. Note that happiness is an emotion. You can only get happiness and love from yourself. Now you can share in a moment of joy with others, but the happiness is your responsibility, is your obligation to self. It's a must, it's a requirement. And you can't have happiness if you have to continuously face consequences that you're not willing to live by, that you're not willing to stand by, that it's going to cost you your freedom and your ability to freaking sneak and live. And I'm not going to finish that. Okay? So, we had Reformer. What I say about emotional abuse? The Chameleon. Okay? Free spirited. Right. Said that over here. Get to you. Don't worry about, oh my goodness, are they paying attention to me? Are they painting me? I'm sitting right here. I'm here in LaBouffe. I'm here, LaBouffe. Is he paying attention? Oh wow, she's completely naked and dancing over there painting pinnacles. Focus on his money. Focus on his material. Focus on his passion. Focus on his addiction. Focus on everything but that ass. Meaning your ass. So be a free spirit. Get to know yourself. Oh, rebellion, independence. Love it. Anyway, get to yourself. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to like you. Your you is hoping that you like me, meaning yourself. And I think that's the sound of musical. Oh, course correction. Yeah. Spirit about to course correct that ass. Okay? Spirit finna get up on. Ooh. And I'm gonna just take this one card and we're gonna sit that right there. Your passion has to ignite, honey. You gotta love yourself. You gotta be a goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Okay? Little Ricky. It wasn't, no, not Little Ricky. My old ass should know that, but I'm young and youthful, so you know. Yeah, anyway, not about me, but kind of about me because I've been here, I've done this. Some Dr. Dre. Yeah, and my archive got good. My archive, my ammo, my my ammunition, all that good, love, light, badass, been through some stuff. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Because how many of y'all noticed that cat? Right, and you don't know the eyes behind the mask or the freaking woman right there. Anyway, back on track, although we ain't never left it. It's a spiral. Little Richard, flashy, flamboyant, didn't care. A mustache that even to this day I'm still wondering, was it drawn on? Didn't care about the hair. Didn't care about the mullet, about the jerry curl, about the anything, about the ooh, I wish I wasn't sick, because honey, I would definitely hit that note, okay? Did he do You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog too? I don't know. Elvis stole a lot. Stole a lot, bought a lot. It wasn't his. So a lot of this stuff ain't even yours. That's the other thing about healing, right? Healing and going back and recovering parts of you. You realize due to conditioning, due to expectation, due to people pleasing, due to most things, a lot of this stuff isn't yours. If you look back, history has conditioned you to feel that whatever it is that you've been deeming as survival is a must 24/7. I just got done having this, hold on one moment. Okay, right back. I just got done having the same conversation that turned into an all blowout like, motherfucker, you are not gonna play on my mental, on my intelligence, on my wisdom. Somebody was trying to force the everyday stress of the world is fucked up on me during a moment where I'm like, I'm not dealing with that stress right now. Oh, so you don't care, and you look, you're not even advocating. If you want to advocate, take your butt to Washington. Go lobby. Go see, one of, the many government officials in your state. But I don't want to talk about this stuff every day. Yes, I am in community with those problems. I understand them. But at the same time, I still have other parts of my life that needs to have balance and needs to have attention given to it and need to be worked on. Needs to see development, progress, love, nurturing. Yes, there's a lot of things going on in the world. A lot of things that us as people just can relate to, complain about, have a bickering session about. Where is your peace? Where's your peace if your only conversation is based around tension, drama, and anxiety? Who knows what's the latest gossip from Love and Hip Hop or any other reality show, a show and a programming that isn't you, that isn't yours? Though you can relate to it, you're going to keep on relating to it so long as you continue to follow and you watch in that gossip. I mean, this ain't even, I know you shook my head right on over there. So we gonna get you something and we gonna get you on up out of here. No, not yet. Okay. I wanted to get you out of here, but I'm being told we about to do another quick draw because once again, all this stuff happens rather quick. You really ain't got no choice to say, hold on, not that, not yet. Because this is what happens to stars. Oh, if the moon come out, I'm gonna flip. Okay. What's at the bottom? Page of Swords. So you need to take a couple steps back. You need to take a couple steps back. Honey, you don't know all that you think that you know. Yes, your tool is sharp. Yes, your tool is witty. Now that you know how to do that, learn how to use that in healthy manners without abusing others, without abusing yourself. Because you got good times ahead. Your inner child want to play. They want to play all day. Say, Mommy, I am not getting off this ride. I am having too much of a good time. And where the heck that water come from? The star. I'm hearing Colors of the Wind, Pocahontas. Just the song, not the history. But, okay. And then you got King of Wands. You know your stuff. You know you. Stop denying it. Stop denying it. Don't deny it any further. Don't deny it any longer. Get real with yourself. I hope that you really do not anticipate being one of those people who meet their final moments and say, damn, what the hell did I do with all this time? I wasted a lot of it. I could have enjoyed these things. I could have submitted to the peace and the abundance. I could have generated wealth, not just within, money and things, but in genuine connections that weren't based upon trauma bonds, but that were genuinely about experiencing life and loving it. I am truthful in my relationships. Oh, shut that down. See yourself in the mirror. Michael Jackson said, I'm searching for the man in the mirror. I'm asking him or her to change their ways. Ain't no message gonna get any clearer. I am forgiving. Over the sun. Be forgiving. And there go a deck on moon. It's a lot of moons up in this deck, but we got one. And there's roses. Rose, be forgiven. Be forgiven. Forgive yourself. Forgive those going forward. I can do that too. Forgive those going forward. Just because she's doing it right. Forgive those that have hurt you in the storyline, the timelines and the stories that you remember, that you reflect on. They say the best way to forgive is change behavior. So that change behavior may actually be a gesture. That change of behavior may actually be doing things different. That change of behavior could be, let me get the fuck up out of Dodge and stay the heck away from used people's, because I'm done with this, okay? Okay, and I don't want to do it anymore. And if I gotta learn something else, it'll show up through somebody else, but it won't show up again through you ever again, or through me ever again, or that person or situation ever again. It says create a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside. Ain't we been saying that? Consider normal. Consider normal. And it said spread joy. Spread joy. I want to see what this says. The reason for it will become apparent later. So don't be saying, man, what am I getting from them? What they giving to me? No, like I said, build your logic, develop your logic, develop your discernment. Know when you should give. And if you're going to give, don't give what you can't afford to give. Do not give unless it's literally out of your wanting and your willingness to do so in the kindness of your heart. Okay? It says, I advance through my own ability. Crazy thing about it. These cards already came out in another pile. I'm not going to say which one. I'm sorry, another part of the story. So I'm not going to say which one. Well, I'm going to leave it be. We going to put that face down, ass up. It's time to get to work. It's time to be better. It's time to do better. And once again, it is a choice. Will you allow triangulation to continue to center you? Triangle. Will you allow triangulation to continue to center you? Will you continue to center yourself with triangulation? We have nightlight. Yeah, that's another part. Pay attention to your dreams. Write them down. Take a moment at the beginning of the day. Reflect on them. Go to bed not angry. Go to bed positive thoughts. Don't lie to yourself. If you have a day that's continuing on into the next day, at least go to bed giving yourself some type of resolution or next step, and allow yourself to sleep, because you're going to need your rest, and it's going to be some sleepless nights. Okay. I don't know what that was that just popped up on my phone, but we're going to see. Moon cycles. We talked about this. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifest and capitalize upon the cycles. Yet you need to have forgiveness in order to connect with the moon. You need to be able to release. You need to be able to receive in order to have connection with the moon. And it says victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So what I'm seeing here is that you asked for this. Outdoors. Go outdoors, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. In case you want to see that. And there's a freaking rose. Honey. What was I at? Yeah, so you asked for this. I imagine that there was some deep, sorrowful cry that you had, or that there was some situation, the prayer that, a lot of folks do, where it's like, oh, please, God, if you just get me out of this, I promise. And you said something, and guess what? It wasn't ignored. Your number just got pulled. Your number just got pulled. And we about to see what number that is. Your number. Okay? Meat market. Okay? Yep. There we go. But 2121 energy levels, prosperity, harmony, journey, waiting, discipline. We gonna leave that one alone. That day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You are getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Trust in you. Honey, child. You know what? I think you need to. Your second, you needed two numbers, and guess what? Just as a reminder, guess who you get? You get our best friend, Karma. What does Karma have to say? Balance, finances, success, wealth. What goes around comes around. A lot of money or abundance, material or karma is coming your way. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. What I say now, if you don't appreciate the people in your life now, or the places or the opportunities, I'm ad-libbing, you won't have them tomorrow. This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. Word. Let's just sneak peek. Can we be a little nosy? What's coming next? What's coming after? You right. Let's move this out of the way. Give me a sec, please. Okay, great. All right. Can we get a little insight on what we could expect next for our loved one? The moon. And this is the after tarot. Page of Sword. Another one that came out in the other. And at the bottom. But we're going to put it at the top. Look at that. Yeah, you about to be tested. Because usually, remember the Page of Swords in the traditional tarot? It's practicing. It's just waving this little sword. This sword, whatever size don't we listen and we don't judge, right? Just waving the sword around and just swinging at the air. Now you got some company coming. I don't want to say that it's a test. It's an obstacle. Now, do you go forward? Do you stand still? Or do you surrender? It's a lot about to be unearthed. It's a lot to be unearthed. Oh, it's a lot about to be unearthed. And I am sending so much. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say so much. I am sending you a energetic, what do they call it? Care package of energy. Utilize it. Utilize it responsibly, okay? All right. And then you do have support. You do have support while you rest, while you are faced with these perceived challenges, with these obstacles, with Oh, I'm getting north, south, east, west. You're getting from every direction. And then then the flames coming from the moon slash sun. It's a combination now. Okay, it's a moon, sun, it's a eclipse, it's a waxing, it's a waning, it's a half, it's a if you turn it upside down, I'm sure it's another face. Yes, the best advice I can give outside of what spirit is telling us. Preparation, not paranoia. Okay, preparation, not paranoia. You have the Ram, perseverance. And it reads, you have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up. Good luck will follow. Oh, how can we ever forget? Right up top. Let me get a drink of water. Right up top. Okay, that's better. Right up top, which is the bottom card, but we put keep rising to the top, honey. So long as you continue to perceive forward, so long as you continue to nurture your awareness, to hold yourself accountable and responsible for your awareness, that Ten of Cups is going to come in due time. That Ten of Cups is going to come in divine timing. When you align with it. Not just waking up one day and say, well, I'm going to be this. No, you have to be equipped. You have to be equipped. This is not like how we say babies don't come with a handbook. You don't know what child you getting. You don't even know if your child going to like you. Put it to you like this. You don't even know if what you want right now is really what it is that you're going to want later. But yet and still, so long as you move towards something, you're going to be given a choice of other somethings that's going to lead you where you chose to be, regardless of the outcome. And it could be more than you expected or more than you can bear. And ultimately, no one got you there but you and your choices. But I believe in you. But you got to believe in yourself. It doesn't matter what I believe. You got to believe in yourself. And you proceeding forward. You make the best choices for yourself and those around you and those who will experience the energy of you and those who will experience the energies of the things that you've been through and those who have experienced those things. You will align naturally with that Ten of Cups in the sense that, as I said, you will be the guidebook. You will be the essence. You will be the lock and the key. You will be the abundance. And this is all, of course, free will. This is all free will. So which one of y'all is not going to go back in? Okay, caught you. Oh, in a coyote playfulness, it says this is a reminder to not take things too seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. Did we not cover? See, and I understand. You've probably been sitting here listening, if you even still here, and like, why this woman keep on laughing? Why she keep on laughing? Ain't nothing funny. Trust me, on the other side of all this, it does get funny. It gets funny. It gets cute. It's like a marriage. It is a marriage with yourself, you and yourself. And so you can look back and say, look at what all we've been through. Look at how far we've come. and it was worth it. Trust. I was about to lay it down and be trust. It says, I trust life and my strength. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. I'm sorry, was there anything else that we needed to? We can do two more things, and then we're going to get you out of here. Two more things. Okay. Can we get a little encouraging, creative, asshole, artistic advice? And we got one. Please don't have to weed it out. Okay, cool. All right, what do we want? Look directly at whatever you're avoiding. Look that. See it, note it. It's a camera. Old fashioned. And that is a sword coming from the top of the dome. It says, look directly at whatever you're avoiding. Look directly at whatever you're avoiding. The bullseye is always in the margin. Okay? The bullseye is always in the margin. Listen when a city tells its secrets. Baby. Baby Bubba. You're going to have to be an undercover lover, meaning that you're going to have to be undercover about you loving yourself. Because that's the other thing. People don't like to see people who love themselves. They love to see people who love themselves, so long as they don't know those people in a close enough vicinity that they can be compared to them. Can we... So this is the Book of Answers. Got questions? This book has answers. Ask a question or not. And we stop here. It depends on your okay. Can we get a good view? I don't know. There we go. It depends on your actions. So Rosebud, you bouquet, you just so colorful. Thorns much? Don't know. Do care. Be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. The only person who can humble you is you. And it looks like this is going to be a humbling experience, whether you take it or you don't. So, allow your heart to go on. As I shed a tear. Rest up, Jack. Rest up, Rose. That ship has sailed and sunk. No pun intended to those who actually passed from the historical events. Take care of yourself. I'm proud of you for even sitting here and listening and considering and learning, or whatever it is that you choose to do with this information. And hopefully, if you listen to me times 2, which I tend to enjoy, might have been even more entertaining. Love hurts, love stinks, but love is also so much fun when you learn what love actually is, what love actually looks like, how love shows up, how love forgives, how love is not a punishment. Though when you don't know love, everything about love feels like a punishment because it's testing your gangster. So go, Rebels, go. I can't wait to get my voice back, but I can't say that I'm not enjoying it. So happy to have you here, happy to help, happy to even Steven, whatever that means to you. See you next go around. Go Rebels. Take care of your business. Live life. Be successful in your own right.